Dub Nation, where are you at, Golden State Warriors fans? Okay, was that not are we not entertained? Are we not entertained? I believe that victory just now, the Warriors' victory over the Boston Celtics, the 118-112 win, I believe was, in my opinion, at least out of the games that I've seen this season, the game of the season. And by far, in my opinion, the win of the year. Of course, it's early. We're like 8 games in. But for the Golden State Warriors, it was such a good test in Boston, right? Like the Celtics fans, like furious that Team USA won a gold medal. Absolutely livid that Coach Steve Kerr led in just an indomitable team to the championship, to a world title and represented. Furious at that. And the Dubs went in there and they brought it. They brought it against the Celtics, and I think that competitiveness that the team has, just that willingness to compete is paramount, and that really came through tonight. But let's break it down. Here are a couple thoughts and a few takeaways from the Warriors' 118-112 win against the Celtics. The defense, in my opinion, kept the Warriors in this game. Yeah, this was like a defensive struggle up until the third quarter, right? When things finally started to open up. But gosh, great, just solid defense all around, defending without fouling, right? That's so key. The Warriors were able to defend without fouling and also to defend through the defensive rebound. And how key is that, right, Warriors fans? Because in the fourth quarter, Neemias Queta, the Boston Celtics center, he created a couple nice second chance points or second chances, opportunities for the Boston Celtics. And I think that we'll touch on that later, but just remember that. But the Warriors' ability to defend without fouling, and then the cherry on top, right, as I always say, to defend without fouling and also defend through the defensive rebound, right? Now the Warriors have the ball, they're going on offense. Specifically, though, the Warriors' blitz defense, the way that they were able to blitz Jason Tatum, blitz Derek White a little bit as well, and put the ball in players' hands that are amazing players, but might not necessarily have the offensive game as a Jason Tatum. Here's an example. The Warriors, when Tatum would bring the ball up, right? Or let's say Drew Holiday or White brings up the ball, then gives it to Tatum. Tatum now has the ball like let's just call it like the high key. So right outside the 3-point line, essentially. Okay. The Warriors' ability to blitz and get Tatum off the ball when the Warriors blitzed with another player, right? So they have a primary defender. So like Andrew Wiggins was defending Tatum. And then let's say GP2 would come over and just blitz. So many times, the Celtics would just totally it would totally take the Celtics out of their rhythm. And the Celtics would take these negative, I call them almost like they're like negative mini plays. Like, so instead of Jason Tatum, for example, like pump faking a pass and pushing the ball through a blitz or a double team, or just once the double team is even flashed, just get rid of the ball, get into a better position, get the ball back. Jason Tatum would pump fake it for a shot that wasn't there and then take a bunch of like negative dribbles back into like the back corner of his own half court and pin himself in, right? And the ability for the Warriors to do that this early in the season. Now of course, the Celtics in a series, the Celtics are probably gonna really snuff that out. Plus, of course, Jaylen Brown, Porzingis wasn't playing as well, right? But you got to take it. It's how you take it. And the Warriors' ability to blitz and swarm on defense, credit to them. Andrew Wiggins, Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, everybody, they're just swarming to the ball, collective defense, and the competitiveness for which the Warriors play. Defense, rebounding, offense. It just oozes competitiveness, this team. It's just awesome. Earlier in the game, I think were any of you Warriors fans, I don't know if the Twitter X sphere was saying it or not, but the Warriors did not start out scoring a lot of points, right? That was one of the questions coming to the season. What happens if Steph starts slow? If a team with amazing defenders like the Boston Celtics with Derek White and Drew Holiday, are you kidding me? Two of the best defensive guards, defensive players in the league. It's not even close. When they both key in on Steph, what are the Warriors going to do? How are they going to react? They reacted by creating, taking, and making good shots to great shots. And let me tell you this. Buddy Hield answered the call as a second scorer. Just in this matchup, right? You had in spots, Andrew Wiggins even scored some great isolation plays in spots. Jonathan Kuminga had a couple, at least one good transition play. So the Warriors, the question was, against a team of superstars, the Boston Celtics, the defending champions, do the Warriors have enough to compete on offense? Do they have enough to go bucket for bucket? And here's the answer. With the Warriors and how they're playing defense, yes, flat out. And so you have to give the Warriors the benefit of the doubt. It's like, I've talked about this in a podcast before. It's like the Warriors, when things are going, we'll discuss, like, don't even worry about that. We're just going to continue. We're going to continue. But they're just having Buddy Hield be able to make those open shots is just, it's heaven sent. It's just like it creates another sphere to where Steph Curry's gravity, it's like another gravitational force to where they can sort of play off of each other, create the space, and make easy shots. And at least, how about this? Also create one-on-ones, opportunities for like Stephen Curry, which the Warriors did at the end of the game a lot. But yes, just awesome. Oh, hey, and by the way, hey, can Wiggins I want to see Andrew Wiggins get a technical foul. I want to see him get a technical foul for hanging on the rim. I want to see Andrew Wiggins get a technical foul for hanging on the rim after a dunk. And I want Joe Lacob to pay for it. And look, if you're a Warriors fan, if you know, right? I want Andrew Wiggins to get a technical foul for hanging on the rim after he dunks the living heck out of the ball. What does he have to do to hang on the rim? Think about it. We won't even talk about that little error that he had early in the game. Moving on. Only 11 turnovers. So not only were the Warriors able to defend without fouling, but they were able to mitigate their turnovers, to limit their turnovers. That is so key. Just especially away, right? It's so difficult sometimes in those hostile environments to to come away. To come out of a game with like 11 turnovers, insane right there. Just positive play. Okay, now I got to nitpick a little bit. What were some issues that I saw? Because these were my takeaways, right? What were some issues that we saw with the Warriors? Second chance points for Boston. Although the Warriors did claim the rebounding advantage at the end of the game, Neemias Queta was creating an awful lot of second chance points for the Celtics. And if the Celtics had made more of the three-pointers, that could have been one of the things that was a game breaker, that would have been a great game breaker for the Warriors. So they need to look out for that. Kuminga was extremely passive in demeanor in the fourth quarter to start out. I don't even know if he finished the game. I think he just got benched. I think Steve Kerr saw what I saw, but again, Kuminga stated last season that he's like unguardable one-on-one, and early in the fourth quarter, he had two opportunities, not one, but two opportunities early in the fourth quarter to go ISO one-on-one against Peyton Pritchard, 6'1.5", 6'2", Peyton Pritchard, and he didn't take it. And to me, you have to. It's like taking an open shot. It's like taking and making an open shot. You have to take an open opportunity against a player who you can take, you can really score on. So, interesting, Kerr played Lindy Waters instead of Moses Moody. I thought that was in the fourth quarter. I thought it was interesting that Moses Moody made a few three-pointers early to sort of help the Warriors get back into the game, and then Kerr went away from him. I thought that was interesting, and what did you think? What did you think? It was just, I think that when Kerr does rein in the rotation, that Lindy Waters will be one of the players relegated to the bench. But we've said that earlier. He's done amazing. It's just you could see there was a little bit of a outclassed at some points with Lindy Waters. I'm just not going to lie. Early in the fourth, and but he's playing well. It's tough to ask. What are we talking about? He's like the 11th. He's like the 11th, 12th man on the rotation right now. So he's doing really well. It's just something that I saw. Kerr could have gone to Moody, went to Lindy Waters in the fourth. Something to note. What I think it's interesting, and I wrote this: the lack of tactical of access to size. The Warriors' lack of tactical access to size does that limit or hamper their game for their schematic ability to match up against other size? I get that the Warriors, okay, here's the thing. It's like, I get that I think that the Warriors in some ways, somehow, can have their cake and eat it too. That's what I mean. It's like Trayce Jackson-Davis is so close and does provide such a great stabilizing force. And when we're talking about stabilizing forces in the Warriors front court, we're talking about friggin' Kayvon Looney too, right? Kayvon Looney, 6 points, 10 boards, and crucial play. He led some of the better Warriors runs. He was really contributing. So, but this is also true. It's just like that the Warriors don't even have a big man that it takes all the Warriors big men, like a lot of time to load and go up with the ball, or even with their jumping, right? And they're not tall to begin with necessarily. So it's it's a difficult combination. And it's one where Neemias Queta and I think, and Luke Kornet, I think that he had like 8 or 9 rebounds as well. It's tough when size beats you just because of size, in my opinion. And those guys are talented big men, but you know what I mean. So do the Warriors have the ability to change that, to even have access to a different look based on size? I don't think they have that on the roster, and that's okay so far. Will that change? We'll see. Because the West is big. OKC, Anthony Davis is always a problem, and the Lakers, they got some size as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's just something to look out for, right? That's just something to look out for. Execution, though, exceptional at the end. Steph and Buddy put him to sleep. They put him to sleep. Onions in Boston. We love it. We love that, too. Oh, my gosh. It feels good. It feels good. Okay, special props. Special props in this game go to Stephen Curry for his defense. 4 steals, and amazing two-way play from Stephen Curry. Basketball players out there, if you want a prime example of how to be a two-way player, put in and be as effective on defense as you are on offense, look at Stephen Curry. I believe 36-year-old Stephen Curry is still doing it, elite level and at both ends. Such an underrated defensive effort by Stephen Curry, leading the Warriors with 4 steals. What a defensive effort out there. Wow. Jerry Stackhouse, yes. Some special props. Jerry Stackhouse, Warriors defensive coach Jerry Stackhouse needs his props. He had the Warriors hitting on all cylinders. The Warriors have been rocking and rolling on defense, connecting, defending without fouling, defending through the rebound. We know these. This is like C-Train isms by now. And I give so much credit to the Warriors staff, and that defensive staff, I believe, is led by the one and only Mr. Jerry Stackhouse. Props goes out to there. How about some stat lines? Steph, 27 points, 7 boards, 9 assists, and, of course, the 4 steals. Kyle Anderson, slow-mo. Number 1, so I just wanted to give a stat line here just to give him a little bit of props. 11 points, 5 boards, 4 assists, and also some incredibly timely 3-point shots. Wow. Kyle Anderson, that was like that was a quintessential, like when Kyle Anderson was loading up for the shot, like no, yes. Whew. Way to go, slow-mo right there. Way to take and make your three-point shots when it counts. One more stat line, rebounds. I complained that the Warriors didn't have the size, yada, 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 blah, 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 okay? The Warriors, 53 rebounds. The Celtics, 47. The Warriors, bottom line, again, out-rebounded the competition. They don't have size, but they are freaking mighty. I can dig it. The assignment going forward, continue to grow, continue to play defense, and of course, without fouling, through the rebound. Oh, we're getting there now. You're getting there if you're following C-Train Station, by the way. These are paths to victory, by the way. Not committing turnovers and keeping the vibes high. Hey, I'm C-Train. Thanks so much for sticking through, having fun, and dropping by the station. Till the next time, have a good one.